This is our sprint release video for our search nav and support team. And this is for the sprint of September 12th to the 25th. I'm going to share our mascot for this iteration. A little peekaboo from this little cat. And then we're going to start off with Miracle.
Morning, everybody. This iteration, I launched a very first A/B test in the nav in our marketing site. I also iterated on the A/B test. I improved some of our Launch Darkly feature flags and custom events with Nathan and Javi. I also iterated on our data layer for Launch Darkly so that we have improved data from GTM and Launch Darkly as a backup. And then I released a couple of I did 2 new nav releases and then updated our Marketo script in the about GitLab repo. And that was it for me this iteration. I'll pass it to John.
Thank you. For this iteration, I work mostly on the partners alliances. I did the work for the search, creating a new type ahead component in the buyer experience project. Also, I implemented a menu that Mateo did in another group, and I will show the results of this page. Can you see?
Yeah. Oh, now it's your background, but we saw it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, there she is.
Oh, sorry.
Show the pill, show the pill, show the pill.
So when you scroll down, the pill with the menu from these buttons will appear. This component, it takes which section we are scrolling, and then it does the change. And also you can go right there to the section you do the click. And also we have at the top button and my favorite one, that is this type ahead. So you can search here for anything and you will be redirected to the section in the partners page. And that's it for this page.
That is so cool. Yeah, good job.
Thank you. That's it for me. And the next one is Laura.
Thank you. It's a hard one to follow. That pill is just so cute. This iteration, I did a little bit of, I assisted one of the nav releases and made some changes to our navigation, adding DevSecOps and Agile Delivery into the solution section of the nav. I'll share my screen as well. I think I actually still have to share. You. There you go. Okay, I'll start here. The events page is live, which is cute. John had built out these little filters for some other pages, so now we can, filter by, I think, virtual. And maybe I'll do PubSec. But yeah, you can see just the ones that match these filters, and then you can also copy and paste this URL, and it'll apply those filters if you just want to send people a link directly to the PubSec events or whatever. I added some handbook changes to our navigation page since we're starting to do A/B tests on the navigation, and it looks like we might be doing more tests. So I guess going forward, whenever we make a change in the navigation, since we're kind of making a copy of the nav, we'll probably need to make changes in 2 places. So just making sure to check and see if there's a navigation and a navigation B, making the changes in both places so that both variants get that change. And then I also added a little snippet. I copied this directly from Miracle's code, so thank you so much. But just kind of how to run a navigation on a basic, how to run an A/B test on the navigation from a basic perspective, and that hopefully we do this when we need to know the answer to a question, not willy-nilly, because we are duplicating the entire navigation, and that package gets bigger and bigger every time that we duplicate navigation. And then created some labels. The theme here, the color scheme, I was thinking fall forest, frosty, dewy morning. So I went with green, mossy colors. And that was probably the funnest part of this. But for those who don't know, anyone who makes changes to our website that isn't part of digital experience team should be getting the appropriate reviewers to look over the code and merge it in. So basic changes we can all review and merge. Standard changes, like this is like typos and stuff like that. This is kind of smaller changes on pages. Anything that touches a key page, pricing or homepage, we need someone like manager or above to take a look. And then there's legal changes that we need to loop in the legal team for. So soon we'll have MR template that kind of explains each of these changes and applies the labels accordingly. So that's coming, and handbook updates are coming for that as well. And I think that's more or less it. I've kind of lost my place. Oh yeah, a little bit of a OneTrust script for Dennis, and adding a little CTA to our Learn page, but that's it for me. And next is Miguel.
Thank you, Laura. Yeah, this iteration, I worked quite a bit on the overview partners program page. I changed a couple of components, created a new one, but we had to take that out from the iteration because we are not 100% sure on layout and content, so that's paused. I also worked on the mobile nav redesign. Right now, we don't have 3 steps to go to a link, for example, in white GitLab, and it's being replaced with a dropdown, so it's two steps technically. And yeah, I also worked on VDIP errors. That was quite a big work because we had to review lots of pages. Thank you very much to John and Laura for helping me review those changes. And also we finished the markdown changes on the support pages. So we had a carryover MR that went out. And yeah, I started working on feedback iteration on the search filter. We want to have we want to count results on all 3 search engines. It's a bit tricky, so I'll be working on that, and I'll update that issue later today. And yeah, I think we go back to Carrie. Yeah.
Sorry, muted myself. This iteration, I worked on several things. One being the localization POC. So just being able to have a drop down up in our nav and then choose a different language that you want to see the homepage on, or the homepage in. And then we have a featured content block that we're going to be adding. So this area to kind of keep the homepage fresh. So yeah, just like 3 different cards. And then we have the Analysts page. So this page, we had an initial design, but then we got a sign off from our stakeholders to kind of move forward with it. So pretty simple. And then we have a carousel that we're also adding as like an A/B test for the homepage. So this will be happening soon. This is not the actual like images that we're going to be showing. There'll be like rotating images and different kind of content to keep the homepage fresh again. And then help topics. I just did this morning, but I think we had a story about or like an issue about creating a survey for our help page. This is sort of like an alternative to our pop-up. So potentially putting it in page or putting it as like a sticky kind of floating item at the bottom of the page. So I'm still waiting to hear back from that. And then I think that might be it.
I want to cover one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So starting, we have our kickoff call tomorrow for our Major League Hacking Fellows. So we know, well, they start tomorrow, and we're going to get 3 engineers and the pod leader, and they will be with us until mid-December, and they're going to be working exclusively in our Slippers design system. So we've outlined some starting issues for them to work through, and then leaving capacity space there for them to pick up more. So super exciting. All right, that's it. All right.